great matchup here at Lambeau. Couldn't ask for a better scenario here with them being a juggernaut that they are right now. They're playing really good football, particularly on defense. Name of the game for them is quarterback disruption. You can see it across the board. They get after them, pressure. They get a number of turnovers.
Elbow, forearm, he's going to be down.
The result of the play is a touchdown.
And the flag that was thrown on this was picked up. I don't know, did it get the face mask?
Only do that if you're telling the official you're reporting.
The Lions hangover.
All right, let's do this. Welcome, everybody. This is Brad. You are listening to the Lions Hangover podcast. It is preview time. A Week 9 matchup versus the Green Bay Packers, the Packers of Lambeau Field. Don't forget to find me on all social medias, X, and I almost said Twitter, X, Instagram, and Facebook. Just did a poll for power rankings. We'll talk about power rankings in a second, but I got a poll up there. If you're on X, give me a follow and participate with the poll, with the poll. The poll, P-O-L-L, poll. It's weird how we pronounce some words, isn't it? Isn't it, kids? All right, but we're not here for an English lesson. Lions are going to have a tough matchup. We were listening to Ben Johnson there just a second ago before the intro kicked in, before the Black Keys took over. Defense is the name of the game for the Packers. I mean, they've got a good offense that's playing great, no matter who's going to be the quarterback, Jordan Love or Malik Willis. And of course, they've got Josh Jacobs there as the running back. It doesn't matter, though. Their defense, though, it's pretty solid. They've got Xavier McKinney, who is the best off-season addition for the Packers. He's leading the league with 6 interceptions. You hear that, Kirby Joseph? You got to get 2 more interceptions tomorrow. And this chump has to get 0. So you can be leading the league. And the Packers have already forced 19 turnovers in just 8 games, okay? So they're averaging more than 2 turnovers a game so far this season. I mean, we're halfway through. This is going to be a tough matchup, tough road opponent. Lions, though, they've had some success playing in Lambeau Field. Of course, we will talk about that in just a moment as well. So I was saying the Packers have 19 turnovers so far in 8 games. That's more than they had last season. They did not have that many turnovers.
In the red zone.
Yeah, there we go there. Let's talk power rankings real quick. ESPN has the Lions at number 2 this spot. I, of course, have that poll going. I listed out a couple different options. I was just curious, and I hashtagged everybody, so it would be a fair, unbiased poll. But the ESPN has the Lions at number 2, and they have the Packers at number 4. So, like I said, this is going to be a pretty tough matchup. I'm curious, though, what do the Lions have to do to get that number 1 spot? I know the Chiefs are undefeated, but you cannot tell me that they're playing great football. Okay, they narrowly escaped beating the Raiders 27-20. I mean, the Lions, I'm not saying the Lions have had the hardest schedule so far, but they are dominating. They're dominating, man. They beat the Titans 52-14. Okay, if they played the Raiders, they would beat the Raiders 52-14. Kansas City's just skating by. Mahomes is having just an above average season. Okay, he is the luckiest mediocre quarterback there is. Anyway, I'm just talking about the power rankings right now. We're going to talk about the Packers. I love talking about the Packers. Where is it? Okay. Jordan Love, his record, if he's the quarterback, the Lions haven't played Malik Willis yet, so we'll talk about Jordan Love. He's credited with being 2-2 against the Lions. I don't think this is accurate because his first game against the Lions was September 20th, 2021, and he didn't even throw a pass, so he just gets credit for it. I think he came in for garbage time at the end of that game. I don't remember that game clearly, but I'm guessing that's what happened. So to me, officially, He is 1-2 against the Lions. Of course, they won against Detroit in Detroit last Thanksgiving when he went 22 of 32 for 268 yards and 3 touchdowns, quarterback rating of 125. That was not a good game. And the Lions credited it to playing 3 football games in 10 days or something like that. Like, they played a lot of football over that time, and they said that they were just tired. But before that, he had a quarterback rating of, where is it? Man, I lose all these stats. Okay, he had a quarterback rating of 69.9 the time before that, and of course 64 his very first official game against Lions, which was January 9th, 2022. He's thrown 5 touchdowns, and he's thrown 4 interceptions against the Lions. These things, there's a trend here, okay? So I know the sample size is small, but hopefully, it maintains the truth there, The Packers, though, they do lead the series 106-76-7. Okay, 106 wins, 76 losses, and 7 ties. This is against the Detroit Lions. Of course, the Lions have won the last 4 out of 5. Overall, of all the division opponents, and for all those years that they couldn't win at Lambeau, they actually have the most amount of success during the crappy years against the Packers than they do against the Bears or the Vikings. Did you guys know that? Of course, this goes all the way back to 1930. The Lions did have a killer win streak from 1949 to 1954, where they won 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games in a row. Then they lost 1. Then they won 2 more. So, they won 13 out of 14 games. So, but that was back then. But we're starting a new streak now. Isn't that right? Yeah. So let's talk about who we think the quarterback is going to be. It sounds like it's going to be Jordan Love. Packers head coach Matt LaFleur did say that Love, he was limited in practice in Thursday's practice. The groin strain did knock him out of the last game, the win against the Jaguars, the 30-27 win over the Jaguars. But the quarterback, Jordan Love, is considered day-to-day. He remains hopeful to start this weekend. The fact that he was able to return to practice this week is a positive sign. If not, of course, Malik Willis is going to go. Malik Willis has been looking pretty good so far this season. This would be his 3rd start of the season if Jordan Love can't go. So far this season, though, Jordan Love is 124 of 201 with his passing attempts and completions. He's thrown for 1,500 yards. He's averaging 257 yards per game. He's thrown for 15 touchdowns so far and 9 interceptions. So he's still turning the ball over at least once a game, a little bit over once a game if you count the starts that he's had. His quarterback rating is a 91.8. Malik Willis, on the other hand, is 29 of 39. He's completed 74% of his passes. He's thrown for 380 yards, his longest being 51 yards. He's thrown 3 touchdowns, 0 interceptions. He's been sacked 5 times. For the season, though, the Packers have given up 12 sacks. Malik Willis's quarterback rating is 130.3. Josh Jacobs leads the team in carries. He's got 145 carries so far for 667 yards. He's making an impact. Josh Jacobs, he's making an impact. He only has 3 touchdowns on the ground, though. He has fumbled twice, and he lost 1 of those. Next up, the second guy on the team is a Mr. Emmanuel Lewis. He has rushed the ball 51 times for 226 yards, so he's a solid complementary piece, but he's not exactly a 1-2 punch like Gibbs and Montgomery is here. Wilson is averaging 28.3 yards a game, where Josh Jacobs is averaging 83.4 yards a game. Overall, the Packers are averaging 156.9 yards per game on the ground. They are also averaging 240.9 yards passing. Mr. Jaden Reed is the team's leading wide receiver. He's got 31 receptions on 41 targets for 500 yards. Mr. Dobbs, 26 receptions on 40 targets for 384 yards. When it comes to the red zone, though, look for Mr. Tucker Kraft, the tight end. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year. 18 total passing touchdowns on the year. But Kraft, the tight end, Kraft only has 24 catches for 342 yards, but he does have those 5 touchdowns. So, yeah, he is leading the team with the touchdowns. Second on the team with touchdowns is Dontavion Wicks. He's got 4 touchdowns. Wouldn't you know that? But Reed only has 3 touchdowns. Defensively, let's talk about defense. These are the tough guys, man. Quay Walker, he leads the team with 39 solo tackles. He only has 1.5 sack. He's got 4 tackles for loss. I'm sorry. That was leading the team with total tackles. Solo tackles. Oh, it's still Quay Walker. Remember that guy? He's the one that pushed the ref or the injury guy, the medical staff guy. Man, he's got some mental issues, I think. Xavier McKinney, though, he is Mr. leading the league in interceptions. He's got 26 solo tackles, 10 assisted tackles for a total of 36. He has 1 sack on the year himself and 6 interceptions. He does also have a fumble recovery. So Lions are going to have to play a clean game, okay? A clean game. Let's get to the Lions stats here. You guys like the noises I'm making in the mic. Okay, Jared Goff, he is 140 of 189. He's completing 74% of his passes so far. He's thrown for 1,695 yards on the season. He is averaging 242 yards a game. His longest is 70 yards. He's thrown for 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. He's been sacked 17 times this year. All right. Gibbs, Mr. Jahmyr Gibbs, he's ran the ball 92 times for 591 yards so far on the season. He's averaging 6.4 yards a carry. He has 6 rushing touchdowns on the year. Mr. David Montgomery's ran the ball 93 times, just 1 time more than Jahmyr Gibbs. He has 415 yards on the ground. God, come on, Montgomery. I love these guys going neck and neck with rushing yards. So I kind of hope I want Gibbs to keep doing great, but I also want Montgomery just to do a little bit better, just to catch up with Gibbs, because I just love that they're tied. But anyway, Gibbs is just under 600 yards. Montgomery's just over 400 yards. But we know the last 2 weeks they've kind of been favoring Gibbs, and rightfully so. Gibbs has been on fire, and he's freaking fast. He reached 22 miles an hour on that big run last week. You guys see that? It's amazing. And I love the edits, too, of the Sonic edits where they're making them look like video games and stuff. It's good. I love that stuff. I mean, why not? If you're Knuckles and Sonic, get those edits out there. Montgomery, though, he leads with 7 touchdowns where Gibbs only has 6. So, Gibbs has to step it up there. Montgomery did have that fumble and he lost one, but Gibbs hasn't fumbled at all this year. I hope I did not just jinx them. As a team, they have a combined 1,097 yards on the ground. Let's get to receiving. St. Brown leads the team, of course, with 41 receptions on 52 targets for 400 yards, 5 touchdowns himself. He's got 3 big plays. Jameson Williams is second on team, but we're not going to talk about him because he's not playing this week. So that means Mr. Sam Laporta is going to have to step it up. He's got 20 receptions on 23 targets. The dude catches everything. They're just not targeting him so much. But Laporta has 2 touchdowns on the season, his longest being 52 yards. That was, of course, last week. Man, Patrick, come on, buddy. 10 receptions on 13 yards for 165. Him and Khalif Raymond should have another big game, even though the Packers' secondary is pretty tough. And, their front 8 is pretty tough as well, as we heard Ben Johnson talking about. They're going to put pressure on Jared Goff, but hopefully, he continues his smart play and he's going to spread the ball out. So I'm hoping for Patrick. I'm rooting for this dude to get his first touchdown of the season because he's had some big plays, 4 big plays actually, and He's third on the team with big plays. This is a new stat that I'm noticing. I'm wondering what constitutes as a big play. I'm guessing it's anything over 20 yards. But Patrick has 4 big plays. Laporta has 5. J-Mo has 7. So J-Mo, big play J-Mo. Yeah. These guys are just going to have to spread the ball around. I love seeing all this crap, dude. All these stats, all these wide receivers. Okay, defensively, we know where we're at. Campbell, Anzalone, Joseph, Branch, Davis, Arnold, Rodrigo. These are the top, 7 players on the team with tackles, okay? We're going to need our defense to step up. All right. They've got a powerful offense. This is a well-balanced team. Their defense is playing great. So we're going to have to find out what our offense is made of. Okay, we're going to find out this week how much Hutch's absence is hurting us. Okay, this is going to be a game where we could be using Hutch. We're going to need Branch. We're going to need Kirby Joseph. We're going to need Carlton Davis and definitely Tyrion Arnold to play their best games because they know how to throw the ball. They know how to run the ball. All right. I know the Lions were resting a lot of guys this week. Like Ragnow, Rodrigo. Although Rodrigo's got an injury, he's got an ankle injury. He did not participate in practice. Can't tell if he's going to be questionable or if he's going to be out or doubtful. Zeitler was rested. Ragnow was rested. Onwuzurike was rested. Goff was rested. Although Goff is listed with an ankle injury, he did have a full participation in practice, though, so hopefully he is good to go. Glasgow, he did have rest, but it was a full participant. Decker is battling a chest injury, okay? That's probably why he's been struggling a little bit the last couple of weeks. So Decker, it's being made known now that he has a chest injury. He had limited participation in practice. Hopefully he's feeling good, though, because we are going to need him on top of his game. So let's go to the Packers. They got Devontae Wyatt. He was limited participant, so he'll be questionable. Evan Williams, safety. He's got a hamstring injury. He did not participate. Rasheed Walker, offensive tackle. He's got a knee issue. He's a limited participant. Quay Walker, he is coming off of a concussion protocol. He was a full participant in practice, though, so he is likely to be going. Josh Myers, offensive lineman. He's got a wrist injury. He did not practice today, so he will likely be out or questionable. Jordan Love, limited participation in practice. It seems like he's going to be good to go. They have another banged up offensive lineman, Elgton Jenkins. He's got a glute injury. Is that on his ass? He was a limited participant in practice today. And Josh Jacobs is battling an ankle injury. He was a limited participant. I'm sure he will be just fine. They also, the Packers, that is, have some defensive backs that are battling some injuries as well, but it seems like, they're half and half on that. All right, so the Lions are clearly 6-1. The Packers are 6-2. They both have a home record of 3-1. The Lions, though, are undefeated on the road. The Packers are 3-1 on the road. The Lions are scoring an average of 33.4 points per game. The Packers are scoring 27 points per game. So this is probably the most potent offense that we have faced. We are pretty evenly matched up looking at this. We average 385 yards of offense. They average 388. We average 250 for passing. They average 240. We average 156.7 on the ground. They average 156.9. This is off of the Lions app. Defensively, we are giving up 350 yards a game. They are giving up 327. We are giving up 264 passing yards per game. They're giving up 235. Defensively, we are giving up 101.9 yards. They are giving up 111.6. Okay. So this is pretty evenly matched. I think we have it a little bit on the run game. this could very well be a shootout. It could also be a low-scoring game depending on which defenses want to show up here. We have the most powerful offense. This is going to be a hard one to call. I will say, in the season predictions, I was saying that the Lions were going to be undefeated all the way until Houston. I believe that was it, right? I think we were going to go 8-0, and then we were going to lose to Houston. I'm not going back on that necessarily, but I will say if we lose this week, I firmly believe we will beat Houston next week. But I will stick with if we win this week, I still feel like Houston will beat us next week. It's just one of those games. We got 2 tough opponents in a row, so we got to get them when we can. Hopefully we get this game, and hopefully we get next game too. I would love to be wrong if it means the Lions are winning. I'm trying to come up with a score as I'm talking about this. This is going to be close, kids. This is going to be really close. I am going to say, where are you guys at on this? I'm curious. I think it's going to come down to a field goal. 30 Lions 38, Packers 35. That's what I'm saying. And I think, holy cow, man, it's going to be a tough game. I'm thinking about this. We're gonna have our hands full, man. We are gonna have our hands full for sure. But I see the Lions pulling it out on the road. They're going to be well represented. There's going to be lots of Lions fans there. You just know they are. Primetime game, not primetime, but it's America's game of the week. So we'll have Tom Brady on the call. Thank God, right? That's kind of sarcastic. I don't really care who's the announcer. If you don't like him, just turn him down. 38-35. That's my call. It's going to be a shootout. It's going to be a stressful game. I think the Lions can pull it out at the end, whether they just hold on to the lead or if they have to kick that field goal to break that tie. But that's the way I see it. That is the way I see it. Hopefully, the Lions, this will have to be the best game that they've played so far this season, and partially because it's going to be on the road. There's no place like home. And Green Bay is a tough place to play. I know we've been lucky there as of recently, but it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be tough. So hopefully the Lions can stay strong and pull it out. I think I ran through everything poorly, but I did cover everything. So that's it for me. Thanks for listening, everybody. Thanks. Oh yeah, I forgot to say, smash that like button or subscribe button and make sure you share your friends about me. I was going to, before I started today, I was like, I got to work in the word smash. So I'll smash the subscribe. I'll try to do it at the top of the next episode, the post-game episode. So anyway, thanks for listening, everybody. I cannot wait till after the game. I should get to the podcast pretty much right after, so you'll have something to listen to. I know you guys are just excited for it. Oh, and I do want to say thank you for everybody that has listened and subscribed, because there has been some growth with the podcast, and I really appreciate it. I mean that sincerely. So, I look forward to talking to you guys again. Have a good rest of your day. Go Lions.